Fame, fortune, and the spotlight, it's what most people dream of. But for some Hollywood stars, the glitz and glamour of celebrity life became too much. Instead, they decided to step away from the limelight and embrace a quieter, more normal life. Today, we're counting down the top 10 famous Hollywood celebrities who shockingly left fame for normal lives. Number 10, Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz was once a staple of Hollywood blockbusters. With hits like The Mask, There's Something About Mary, and Charlie's Angels, she was among the highest-paid actresses in the industry. But after her role in Annie in 2014, Cameron Diaz disappeared from the big screen. Why, you ask? It turns out that the pressures of Hollywood and the non-stop nature of the film industry took a toll on her. In interviews, Diaz has explained that she wanted to focus on other aspects of life, especially her family. She married musician Benji Madden in 2015, and in 2020, the couple welcomed their daughter, Rad Dix. Now, instead of memorizing lines and attending red carpet events, Cameron Diaz is writing books, starting a wine business, and enjoying life away from the public eye. For her, trading fame for normalcy was the best decision she could make. Number 9, Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis became a beloved figure in Hollywood with his comedic roles in Ghostbusters and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. But in 1997, at the peak of his career, Rick Moranis stepped away from acting completely. The reason? Family. After his wife tragically passed away, Moranis decided to focus on raising his 2 children as a single parent. For him, nothing was more important than being there for his kids. While he never officially retired, he kept away from big Hollywood productions for decades. Recently, Moranis has made small appearances, but he's made it clear that family always comes first. He's content with his decision, proving that even a comedy legend can find joy in living a simpler life. Number 8, Phoebe Kates. In the 80s, Phoebe Kates was a breakout star, known for her role in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. She became a household name thanks to her undeniable charm and talent. But in the 90s, Phoebe Kates stepped away from the bright lights of Hollywood and disappeared from the film industry altogether. So what happened? Kates decided to leave acting to focus on her family, particularly after marrying fellow actor Kevin Kline. She prioritized raising her children over continuing her film career. Now, she runs her own boutique, Blue Tree, in New York City, embracing a more relaxed and private life. For Kates, family and personal fulfillment outweighed the allure of Hollywood. Number 7, Jack Gleason. Jack Gleason played one of the most hated characters on television, King Joffrey, in Game of Thrones. His performance was so convincing that fans were relieved when his character met his well-deserved end. But instead of capitalizing on his success, Gleason made a surprising decision. He walked away from acting at just 21 years old. Gleason cited a lack of fulfillment from the industry and wanted to focus on his studies instead. He enrolled in university and pursued a degree in philosophy and theology. Today, Gleason prefers a more creative but quieter life, occasionally doing small theater productions but staying far from the fame that came with Game of Thrones. Number 6, Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo was one of Hollywood's earliest megastars, known for her captivating performances in silent films and later in talking pictures. Her mystery and aloofness only added to her allure. However, in 1941, at the age of 36, Garbo shocked the world when she retired at the peak of her career. She famously said, "I want to be alone," and she meant it. For the next 5 decades, Garbo lived in relative seclusion, rarely making public appearances and shying away from the media. Unlike many other stars, she never attempted a comeback. Garbo's exit from Hollywood is one of the most iconic in film history, and she remains a symbol of quiet dignity. Number 5, Mara Wilson. Mara Wilson captured our hearts as the sweet, intelligent child in Matilda and Mrs. Doubtfire. But unlike many child stars, Mara Wilson didn't let the industry dictate her future. As she grew older, Wilson found acting less fulfilling and more overwhelming, especially dealing with the pressures of fame as a young girl. In her teens, Wilson decided to leave Hollywood behind, focusing on her education and later becoming an author. She's written books, essays, and has been an outspoken advocate for mental health, particularly for those who experience the harsh spotlight of child stardom. These days, she lives a quieter life, using her voice in a way that's true to her. Number 4, Freddy Prince Jr. In the late 90s and early 2000s, Freddy Prince Jr. was the ultimate heartthrob, starring in teen classics like She's All That and I Know What You Did Last Summer. He had it all: looks, talent, and a promising career. But despite his success, Prince decided to walk away from acting to focus on his personal life and his passion for cooking. These days, you're more likely to find Freddy Prince Jr. in the kitchen than on a movie set. He's published a cookbook and even had his own food show. Prince has expressed that while he loved acting, his family and hobbies are what truly make him happy. He's traded the Hollywood scene for a simpler, more grounded existence. Number 3, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, or JTT as fans called him, was one of the biggest teen stars of the 90s. From his role on Home Improvement to voicing Simba in The Lion King, Thomas was everywhere. But as his fame grew, so did his desire for normalcy. After leaving Home Improvement, Thomas decided to step back from Hollywood entirely. He pursued higher education, attending both Harvard and Columbia University, and has stayed mostly out of the spotlight since. Jonathan Taylor Thomas made the conscious choice to live a more private life, free from the intense scrutiny that comes with fame. While fans still hope for his return, JTT seems perfectly content living a life away from the cameras. Number 2, Bridget Fonda. Bridget Fonda was born into Hollywood royalty and had a promising career with films like Single White Female and Jackie Brown. However, after a car accident in 2003, Fonda chose to leave the film industry. She now lives a quiet life with her family, far from the cameras. Number 1, Dave Chappelle. At the top of his game, comedian Dave Chappelle shocked the world when he walked away from a $50 million contract for his hit show, Chappelle's Show. Chappelle retreated to his Ohio farm, choosing a simpler life away from the pressures of Hollywood. Although he made a triumphant return to stand-up in recent years, Chappelle's decision to walk away at the peak of his fame remains one of the most surprising in entertainment history. Fame isn't always what it's cracked up to be. For these stars, a quieter, more fulfilling life outside of the spotlight was their ultimate goal. Which one of these celebrity departures surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more celebrity stories.